back to Heel Turn.
The #1 podcast for everything WWE.
Welcome back. This is episode number 27. The fallout from WWE Crown Jewel Perth. What a weekend.
I know, we were there, you know.
We were there. I can't believe it. And, mate, how was the experience, first of all?
Mate, it was obviously I went to Elimination Chamber last year, but I think the experience this time was like 10 times better. I think they had
it, you reckon?
I think they had, they knew what to do this time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
An international Australian pay-per-view.
Also helped that, genuinely, an arena helped.
An arena was a lot better than a stadium, yeah.
Our seats, if we go to the next slide and we...
Oh, by all means, I'll go to the next slide.
We can see our experience from Crown Jewel. Obviously, on the far left there was our seats for
that was
the
for
main
Crown
event.
Jewel. But for Smackdown, our seats were a hell of a lot better. We saw a lot more.
They were.
crazy.
And as you can see, during Crown Jewel, everyone was wearing the John Cena shirts that we're repping right now. The last time is now. But we had a great time arriving in Perth. Beautiful place. Jasper, how are you today?
I think you could see me in the back there hanging off a tree, but...
Yeah, you're watching on the big screen, mate, on the platinum screen.
How was Melbourne while we weren't there?
Look, late at night was not ideal, to be honest. But that being said, I watched an incredible pay-per-view, so
Fair enough.
I can't really be too salty. But yeah, 11 o'clock start's not ideal.
Yeah.
It was close to 3 by the time it ended.
Yeah,
It's
but
hard to keep the eyes open.
I'm sure it would have been worth it. It was definitely worth it for us. Obviously,
look, who even got photos? We got Hulk Hogan out, back from the dead.
I know. I got a photo with Hulk Hogan.
And Rey Mysterio, bro. Rey Mysterio returned at Crown Jewel.
He got chunky, bro.
I know. we got a photo with Rey Mysterio,
Rey Chunky Mysterio.
and Hulk Hogan, which is quite
That's
weird.
like the OG Dom Mysterio, a little bit of chunk.
Yeah, it was actually crazy though. Those belts, absolutely, they were so heavy, weren't they?
I can't even
They were
tell
very,
you
very heavy.
you see it all on TV. As soon as you hold one, it's like this weight just lifting you down. I don't know how they carry it.
yeah.
Well, they have incredibly broad shoulders and pectorials.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yes.
true.
Yes. But yeah, also
Not Sami Zayn, but everyone else.
Yeah,
yes,
that
the
hairy
not
ass
for the hairy
chest.
chest. But we also went to the Superstore as well in these pictures, as you can see here. This one was released. I can't remember who released it on Facebook.
I think it was like the 434 or something, which might be the name like a shopping centre. Oh, no, I think that's actually the thing of the WWE. It's like a WWE Facebook page, I think.
And we featured there, getting our John Cena shirts and our title belt, as you can see here. We also got this at Crown Jewel.
Yeah. Look at that thing.
Along with the hats as well. And yeah, obviously at the Superstore as well. But it was a great weekend. What was the atmosphere like for SmackDown and Crown Jewel?
SmackDown was nuts.
I know.
I mean, normally the first matches for these sort of international pay-per-views normally get really loud, and they did 2 main event matches first. You should have heard the crowd. It was literally Fraxium versus Los Garza. That's how middle of the road it was, and the crowd were going absolutely nuts.
And then we had Rey Fenix against Grayson Waller in that.
Can I just say
as
as well, Grayson Waller didn't have an official spot on the card at all. He was in main event on Raw against Otis, and then main event SmackDown against Rey Fenix. He won both of them, but he wasn't actually there at any official capacity. Only at the kickoff show.
That was disappointing. But actually being there, and you could see how, I guess, the state of the actual facility of the ring as well. You could see them moving off the ropes. You could see how quick they were, being how close we were, and how broad the shoulders were, and how tall
how oily they were.
How tall they are,
Sarti's up,
and
oil
strong.
up, please.
But the fan energy, the merchandise, the chants.
The merchandise was overpriced.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Everything about it was.
How much were the
great.
shirts, out of pure interest?
I think this was 70.
A lot.
70's not bad.
I think 80 for my Triple H shirt. The caps were the worst. These caps are $50.
Yeah.
We're 50.
Fair play.
Nuts.
No, it's kind of ridiculous. This title was $50.
No, 30.
No, it was 50. We spent 25 each, mate.
Did we? I thought it was 30.
No, it was 50.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm very sure. We spent 25 each on that.
No, wasn't the World
Guys,
Heavyweight
okay,
title
you
6?
spent 25 each.
All right.
Yes, we did. But anyway, because Crown Jewel was...
May have been 50. I don't know. I don't remember.
Crown Jewel was electric, and one of the major reasons it was electric was the love letter to professional wrestling between John Cena and AJ Styles. match of the year contender, I'd say.
I don't even think... I think that just puts it to bed. Like, we can have this conversation about match of the year and say... Like, I'm definitely going to say that those triple threats at Evolution at WrestleMania, those women's triple threats, definitely in the conversation. As a wrestling match, they probably outperformed this. But as, like, a story, as, like, a sentiment... Like, if you're saying to a wrestling fan, would you rather watch this or those? Most people are going to say this. And that means match of the year to me, to be honest.
I know we could just say we're being biased because we were there and that's it's in Australia, but it's just one of those things where I have to say to people, you had to be there to witness it. Like we could
rub it in.
I agree.
We could feel the energy.
If this match was in the US, it wouldn't have been nearly as good. Like the crowd participation was like crazy.
Australia got behind it. Perth definitely got behind this match. Like
Australia deserve more pay-per-views in the future.
Like there's nothing to be upset about this match. Like, so for John Cena this year, he's had matches with Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Randy Orton, Logan Paul, like brilliant matches. And we said Logan Paul was the match of the retirement
Don't forget
tour.
Brock Lesnar.
And we don't talk about that. But the match with Logan Paul was the match of the retirement tour until this.
This eclipsed it 100%.
Yeah, just being there and like seeing John Cena the moment his music hit, you just got literal chills.
I was shaking a little bit. Like I remember during the 5-knuckle shuffle, like I was filming it, and like when I did that, like my arm started shaking. I was like, ugh, you know.
I know, like I'm trying to film it all and like handshaking.
I don't know if you guys
have
you guys watched it back on like a TV?
I don't think I want to.
I think I've watched clips.
It was like I obviously I can't speak to the viewing experience you had there, but on TV it was like beautiful. Like when I say, it was just the two probably greatest dancing partners going at it for one last time, and it was just a story of like saying goodbye to wrestling. And like saying goodbye to the rivals of the past that they might not get to formally say goodbye to, and like it was just beautiful. Like I can't speak more highly of it. Like watching it at home, and like the Bray Wyatt, the Fireflies coming out, like the crowd participation, you might say that while in attendance it was better for you guys, but it came up really well on TV.
I'm sure it did, and they would have known that beforehand as well. They were like, we need to capture every little detail and everything where possible that we can in this match, so that people who aren't there viewing this experience can get the most out of it. And everything about it from start to finish was next level. And me personally, for someone who did attend and see this in person, I don't think I want to go back and watch it on Netflix, because I'd rather remember it for how it was me being there. I might see snippets of highlights, but I don't think I'll ever want to actually go back and watch it all again, because it's still so fresh in my mind. And the introduction as well at the start, like
that was classy.
John Cena's introduction, AJ Styles' introduction, like that's something that hits home as well. Like being reminded in person that, hey, John Cena, you only got 4 dates left. Like, this is the last time that we're seeing him. Internationally as well. Obviously, he's got 4 more dates left. But I just can't speak highly enough of what I saw. And being at Crown Jewel, the crowd turned it on, and there's nothing more to say. It was perfect. It was perfect. 100 out of 100.
Literally.
1,000 out of 1,000. Everything about it was perfect. But let's talk about the actual match itself. We had the skull-crushing finale, Walls of Jericho, the Accolade, Sister Abigail, Chokeslam, Tombstone Pile Driver, Sweet Chin Music, everything you could have thought of.
Almost a 619.
Almost.
Well.
I just thought, like, even AJ Styles, like, the homages that he paid were, like, to his TNA rivals. Like, that was an awesome touch for me. Like, John Cena saying goodbye to all of his biggest rivals. I thought the Sister Abigail, the skull crushing finale was like, it was going to be a one-off, I thought, at first. Like, I thought when he popped that one out first, I was like, wow, that's sick. And they just kept coming. And then you bought on. And people might say, like, that's just, like, the easy pop or the easy thing to do. But, like, why wouldn't you do it? Like, it's a classic. It's a crowd pleaser.
Yeah.
Like, why would you not keep doing these moves?
Because we've seen... I think it really started when John Cena faced Sami Zayn on SmackDown. When we saw a first glimpse of John Cena using other wrestlers' moves. So, in that match, we saw John Cena use the GTS because he was in Chicago. And then at Clash in Paris... You know, they used
Styles Clash.
The zigzag, the Styles Clash, Baron Corbin's
End of Days,
End of Days as well. And then, so it was sort of catching on a little bit now, and it exceeded everyone's expectations because of these moves that they were bringing out as well.
It was like the emotion of it as well, though. Like, every move, like, meant something to these guys. Like, all of AJ Styles' foes from TNA, you could see it meant something to him. And then, like, the Sister Abigail one, like, let's talk about that. The Fireflies, like, what was it like there? Because on TV it was amazing. Like,
yeah, it was pretty nice.
And they zoomed in on John's face. Yeah. And John did his, like, nod and looked up to Bray.
Yeah, as we can see it here as well.
Yeah, I think I actually got that on video. The crowd was very loud. I think that's actually one of the only clips I watched back, and I feel like they actually upped the crowd noise for the TV. It was a lot. I feel it was a lot louder when I was watching it.
It's
online.
Just it was just the moment where, so AJ went for the phenomenal forearm,
but he like
off
caught
the side.
Yeah.
He caught him, and you're like, okay, what's going on here? And then as soon as he lowered him,
and then kissed him,
you just hear the pop.
Yeah,
the pop, and you know, and it's not like a pop like, oh my god, it's the,
oh, yeah,
like it's that tribute.
Yeah, like I've got goosebumps right now. Like seeing the Fireflies.
Yeah,
like Bray's a genius of this industry.
Heel Turn on Instagram, we posted that. That's pinned. Go check it out. The 3K insights on YouTube as well. 2.7K or whatever at the moment as well. I got no words.
Speechless, yeah, like just incredible.
The crowd, I think, really delivered though. I think the crowd really delivered.
It's just that point where when you're actually there seeing it, you literally have no words to describe it.
Even like AJ Styles' tights, they were a nice touch.
Yeah,
like everything about this match just had nice touches everywhere. Pause, but like
yeah. But it also kind of made it hard for us to recover, like, you know, in terms of like going into the other matches, the Rhea match and the Seth and Cody match.
That's the kind of issue with WrestleMania 25 with The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels that they always say, like, the best match of all time, like, consensusly. Maybe I'd be willing to put this up there, but that's a whole different gravy. But like, that's the issue with that match is you had a main event right after, and like no one could like have the enthusiasm for it because they were genuinely spent, and like I could see that applying here.
It's just that the one thing is the Crown Jewel Championships. Like that's the thing. Like it makes sense to end the show with, you know, the winners of the Crown Jewel Championships. That like in an ideal world, that's probably the way that you need to end Crown Jewel. But if you're looking at John Cena's retirement tour, 4 dates left, it'd almost just be better to end the show with this so that we're all eagerly anticipating this match for what it was going to be. And it turned out to be that in the end as well.
But it almost caught you off guard. Like, as in, like, we didn't know. Maybe you guys knew. Maybe they showed it.
We didn't know
the order. You didn't know the order.
We didn't know that Bronson and Roman was first.
We thought it was the main event. Yeah,
we thought that was the main event. So we heard Bronson's music, and I remember I looked at you and I was like, "Oh, Bronson!"
Because I swear Michael Cole said before it was the main event or something like that.
Yeah, I thought John Cena's match would go second last.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, it didn't go first and it didn't go second last, so it almost caught you off guard when it came.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden it's like they've started like, and then you're just watching some of the great wrestling encounters.
Yeah. This crowd definitely did. This match did tire out the crowd, though. I will say, after a lot of these big matches, like the crowd sort of died down for a bit, and then hyped back up after a while. So it was the first match. What was it? Roman versus Bronson. Like everyone stood up for that match, out of their seats. Like it was nuts. And then what was the next one? Tiffany and Stephanie. I felt the crowd was a bit quieter for that one. Yeah. But then
it was short as well. We'll get to that. But
But it's also a case of this crowd. It wasn't just your typical wrestling crowd. This was like full on Aussie, like a crowd that you'd see at the cricket.
Very larrikin-ish.
Larrikin going at
swearing,
wrestlers that they didn't like.
Yeah.
Acknowledging John Cena. Like, this crowd made me realize like how proud I am to be Australian, but to be a WWE fan living in Australia with a WWE podcast, might I add.
Mind you, this is the perfect example of why giving pay-per-views to these places that don't get pay-per-views often, you are going to get a better crowd reacted. It's not even like subjective, it's sample size.
Yeah.
Like, if you give someone less of the product, they are more excited when they get the product.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we saw here.
Paris
the same.
Or France.
Leon,
you could say that they have the best crowd. I think we were very close. If not, we did match them. And that makes me very proud. That
I don't know if we matched them, but we were definitely
very
up there,
close.
Yeah, we were definitely
we were up there.
France have got that like soccer chant, like their unison.
We don't.
Like it wasn't often that you saw this Australian crowd in like peak unison.
Yeah, well, we were a lot more vulgar, and we were a lot more. How do I say?
We would hang shit on you if we thought it was best to hang
like
shit.
The perfect example is that the Seth's a wanker. Like,
and we're pretty funny. Like some of the chants were pretty funny. Like even up to the Roman Bronson match, the someone's in trouble one.
And you know what, Australia? You know how France have their own like chants, if you will.
Yeah.
Australia have that too. Like we have the "Come on, Aussie, come on." Or
Aussie,
hey, baby, I want to know if you want to be my girl. Like
we needed Bailey on that show, bro.
We have a lot of chants that I felt like we probably could have utilized a little bit more. You know how like when they chant 1, 2, and then France go into their da 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 da. Like I feel like we could have added our own spin on it.
Well, we had Aussie, Aussie, Aussie as well, but that wasn't used as much.
Yeah,
and then
thank God.
Well, we should probably also, if we're talking about proud to be an Australian, we should probably talk about the national anthem as well. Oh. Booing the American national anthem, and then when
why did they think that was a good idea?
They should make it like if you're doing any PLE outside of the United States,
sing their national anthem.
Sing the national anthem of that country that you're in, and
do that one. At least do it first. At least put the Australian national anthem first, and then maybe do the US one after it. You know what I mean?
Sense.
Well, it's not like
you can't. Well, I mean, I think you kind of have to do the US national anthem because it's an American company, like majority American wrestlers.
You don't. Like, it's not like the wrestlers all come out onto the stage and sing the national anthem first.
It's almost it's a case of which you've heard it on WWE Unreal. John Cena and Triple H say it. You can't prepare yourself for the audience, right? But if you can just think of, the Australian audience and how we were on the Smackdown before, you can almost predict that we were going to sort of hang a bit of shit on the US anthem. Like, you probably can, as the WWE, prepare for that. But in the end,
I feel like the crowd would have booed either way if the US anthem was played, but it would have been a lot less if they put it second to the Australian one, I reckon.
Yeah, I agree. But John Cena, AJ Styles, the love letter to wrestling, I've got no more words.
Just incredible.
Yeah, it was great.
It was a beautiful, magical touch that I, as a fan, am extremely grateful to be a part of. And even just to play a small part in that match of being there and being involved in the chants, I'm eternally grateful that I was able to experience it. And I'm sure the viewing at home would have been...
on the plasma,
The viewing at home, that was where I was going to leave it. The viewing at home and the viewing live, not equally as good, but both amazing. And that's what matters.
Yeah. Well, probably arguably one of the second biggest moments, because this was the biggest, but the second biggest moment from the weekend, we had the Vision... turning on Seth freaking Rollins. Did anybody see this coming, first of all?
No,
I didn't. Well, I thought this story was going to last at least another year before this
sort
of thing happened.
Well, I thought they were building up as in, like... I don't know if you saw at the start of Raw. Like, Bron was side-eyeing a little bit. But, like, that's the type of thing that Triple H builds up for 4 or 5 months.
Well, Seth did say, I don't need the Vision. So, I guess that sort of hints the logic behind it. But also, I'm pretty sure we've seen Rollins pull the strings this year already, which is kind of playing in my mind. Is this just a way to lure CM Punk into a trap now that he's the new #1 contender?
I think Seth's injured.
I think so too. But I'm sure we'll get to that next in the.
Well, that's why they reckon that they did the turns because
that's what I think as well. But I was just left speechless. Like I'm watching it on my bed, like for like a minute straight. Like this is one of those moments that I can add to the collection this year on moments that the WWE shocked us, like John Cena heel turn, R-Truth return, Naomi cash in, Seth cash in, Io Sky winning before WrestleMania against Rhea Ripley, and now this. Like, this is up there with one of the most shocking moments of the year as well. Like you said, we thought it'd happen in another good
It just
year.
doesn't make any sense, though. Like, it just... Like, I love it, but it doesn't make any sense.
But that's the
War
question,
Games
isn't it?
a month and a half
Yeah.
away. Like, are we just going to get MFTs versus the Wyatt Sicks?
Wouldn't upset me personally.
It wouldn't, but, like, it's just unprecedented.
Look, it is, but it's still playing in my mind. Is this a trap for CM Punk? Which I think it could be, if they are.
If it is,
if
they're
it is
really
another
overdoing. Say if they build it up as like Seth's injured as well, say with this breakup, and say it was the breakup and Seth was injured, blah blah blah. Like, and then it happens to be a trap. I just think I'd be so sick of like this mysterious and like always lying Seth Rollins. Like, it doesn't. You'll never be able to believe him in the future, and it takes away from the storytelling. I don't think it's a good idea for him to lure CM Punk into another trap. Like, this is just... If they broke it up, they have to be really committed to this breakup, because that was a big moment, and the pen is hot and they have to strike now.
Something that was funny in this as well was when Bron speared Seth Rollins. Obviously, Paul Heyman looks shocked. And Bronson Reed's just standing there, just looking down at Seth, going like, showing no emotion as well. And then the fact that Bron Breakker says make a choice, and Bronson hardly even hesitates just to tsunami Seth Rollins, even though he didn't see it coming. That's sort of the weird one, because like, why would Bronson Reed like just make a decision right then and there when literally 5 seconds ago he was not even thinking about it, whereas Bron Breakker was obviously thinking about this.
Well, it's obvious that he doesn't need Seth Rollins, right? Seth Rollins doesn't need the vision, you know. He doesn't need Seth Rollins, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
That's the reason that I'm sussed out on it has to be Seth's injured, because Bronson Reed, it would have made more sense for Paul Heyman, Bronson Reed, and Seth to stick together, and this is the start of Bron Breakker's singles run. As a single out of a faction, turn on him, turn ultra babyface. Like, this is like the vision was built around probably this eventual babyface turn, and we're just not getting that because Bronson Reed's gone with him. So that's where my confusion lies.
Because with this turn on Seth, I wouldn't say that this is a babyface
No,
turn.
definitely not.
I wouldn't say it's more of a heel turn. They're in the middle. And being in the middle creates a bit of uncertainty as well, which is good. But because the Bronze and Heyman, I guess if you want to say they're aligned now, is it sort of giving off the sense that Paul Heyman is now building the future of WWE within this faction? So maybe could they bring in other people? Maybe could they bring in Austin Theory? Could they bring in
I still hope the fourth member's going to be now. They added a couple of new members.
It's a third member now, isn't it?
Oh, yeah,
if they're
I feel like
going away from
Paul
Seth.
Heyman's probably doing this, not completely through his own volition. If you get what I mean. He's sort of haphazardly raised all the bronze hands. So I feel like it's going to be sort of a replay of what happened with the MFTs and all that new tribal chief, where it eventually ended in Paul Heyman going,
"Oh boy."
Yeah, it eventually ended in Paul Heyman going, "You are not my tribal chief." Remember that?
Yeah.
So I feel like it might sort of finish out like that, but that's just me.
I just still can't believe it. Like, the fact that it happened this early on.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't, and we'll get to that a bit now as well, because Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, because this was the match where Seth's, I guess, injury per se did happen, injuring his shoulder on the flying headbutt.
Was that confirmed or is that just
coast to coast? You can see it on the clip.
And I didn't even pick that up watching it live.
Well, yeah, we didn't pick it up. We weren't that close.
I know. Well, no, but
but he didn't react.
We didn't even see Seth.
If it's a torn rotator cuff, like they're saying, he's done incredibly well to finish a match like that.
Yeah. And
the top rope crossroads spot and the Spanish
that was
fly.
Insane. That spot.
Doing all of that stuff
I literally remember I said out loud to you, I was like, hold on a minute, what the hell are they doing? And then they just jumped off.
Why would they allow Cody to have a spot like that for the first time? We haven't seen it yet, and Seth to kick out. They should have probably saved that spot for a moment where it could actually finish the job, if you know what I mean, for Cody.
That's fair.
Just for Seth to kick out of a super crossroads like that, I thought that was a bit weird because we've never seen this before.
I don't think anyone else can do it. That's probably why. Can you think of another wrestler in the business that's in the main event scene that could perform a move like that?
Yeah, no, that's fair. I just think maybe they used it a bit too soon.
Yeah.
Well, it could just be sort of a spot that Cody uses all the time now, like John Cena's, Avalanche AA or whatever. You know how he does it off the ropes.
I just can't think of another person that could. Seth Rollins is that good in the ring. Did you see the footwork on the ropes before that?
Yeah.
I don't think another person could do it.
This was the match. So, obviously, I filmed a lot of the John Cena spots because, I wanted to remember it as well, and a few from the other matches as well. This was the one match that I actually sat there and watched. What also didn't help, that I will point out, is that I had a fan sitting next to me that was super hateful on Cody Rhodes.
I hope he's not watching this.
Yeah, if you are watching,
I hope he is watching. Mate, learn.
I had this one fan next to me that was just hating on Cody Rhodes the whole time, just glazing the crap out of Seth Rollins. But I couldn't actually focus that much because the fan was just in my ear the whole time.
He was screaming a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, but this was the match that I actually sat down and paid close attention to because, as remember, Cody came out of the gate pretty hot. It took a while for Seth to actually get going and, find a bit of rhythm into this match. Obviously, because Cody was in his head, as we saw from the Smackdown and Raws previously as well. But is this the final chapter in the story of Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes, or is there still more to come, especially now with the vision turning on Seth?
I think it would be a good place to end it off if they did do it because, Seth finally has got his win over Cody now, so that saga could potentially be over, but I'd also see it realistically continuing, obviously, because, Seth has now been turned on. So, depending on what they do next, whether they keep him as a heel or make him a babyface or whatever. But that obviously is decided upon what they're going to do with the vision now. So
because they built this up pretty well, in the lead up to it, and they did produce a pretty good match. They don't really need each other anymore. Sure, they complement each other well in the ring and they tell a good story, but I don't think they need each other anymore, per se.
Not really.
I think they will be ring partners again in the future. I just don't think it will be in the next at least year. Cody's got a long road ahead of him with the belt, and Seth's got a long road ahead of him with Braun Breaker, with Roman Reigns, with CM Punk. There are a lot of books that need to be finished before we get back to this.
A lot of stories that need to be finished.
Yeah, someone say finish the story. The story.
Well, we'll move on. I'm still.
You're dying, man.
From the weekend, I got involved in the chants way too much.
Is that from chanting?
Probably.
Me, I was pretty monotone when I was chanting. To be honest with you, I didn't really yell.
Sorry, guys. I just can't speak.
This is your influenza moment, man.
I know.
See, I got influenza last year. You're gonna.
Do you want to move on?
You're just selling, bro. This is a good sell, bro.
Do you want to do?
Yeah, I got you. Welcome back to Heel Turn. Your host, Jasper Cormick. This is the #1 podcast for everything WWE, and we're back. We've got Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed.
This match was good as well.
It was great. It was a good kickoff because it had a bit of sparkle of Australian touch.
It actually did, yes. But the rugby ball. Roman Reigns throwing the rugby balls.
Yeah.
At Paul Heyman.
Throwing them like an NFL ball.
Yeah, throwing the rugby balls. Even though they were,
and the
AFL
cricket bat,
balls,
bro.
Obviously. Cricket bat was good, though. The cricket bat was funny.
I'll ask you, Fraser. The Tribal Chief in the flesh. Did you acknowledge him first of all?
Did you mate, the aura. Of course I did.
And what was it like? Did he like spook you a little?
Mate, you know, I can't even describe how it was.
I genuinely can't because
he touched me emotionally.
He touched you physically.
Yeah. No, emotionally, mate. Pause.
It was more so like what was really cool about being there is the lead up to the entrances. So we saw with Cena.
Because we know what they did with people like when people were chanting for him to come out, they'd wait a little bit. Like they'd wait for like maybe 15 seconds before they started their music and stuff.
Cheeky.
Get your cameras ready.
Cheeky Paul.
Like get your cameras ready, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like you heard the Roman Reigns or the Roman. I already had
what about the F him up Roman one? I don't know if we're allowed to swear on this podcast.
Yeah, they're like F him up Roman, F him up.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
While it was happening, but I was acknowledging the Tribal Chief straight away before his music even hit. We will post the entrance to our socials as well. But there's this one photo that I captured of Roman walking to the ring, putting up the one, and then you just see everyone around the ring just putting up the ones. It's the most aura-filled moment you'll ever see.
The aura.
Yeah.
And what about the Bronson's Day SHITCUNT chant as well? Remember that?
Oh boy.
Those are the chants that I'm talking about that were pretty on the nose. But I mean, they were so funny, and even on the Crown Jewel post show as well. Oscar's that same thing again. What do we think of Oscar as well? What else was there? Oscar's a wanker as well. There was some great chants, but no, this match was definitely like, I think it was actually a good one to start off with because it just showed how the crowd was just like crazy. I know I keep talking about the crowd, but that's ultimately like what made it for me for this entire thing. If the crowd was silent the entire time, like I would have had a bad time, to be honest with you. It would have been like Elimination Chamber where like the crowd were loud, but they weren't as loud as they could have been because of like obviously it being a stadium and it being like literally half empty on like one side. It was nuts, but yeah.
I feel like Bronson represented Australia like really well.
He tried. Well, that being said, he tried to represent Australia, but everyone was getting around Roman. And then at the kickoff show, he was like, "This is how my home country treats me."
But see, that's different because
that's funny though.
Yeah. Oh, I can't speak. Keep speaking.
Yeah, I reckon like the thing with it though, like almost like if that's how my home country treats me, like that kind of sentiment makes it funnier, makes it more relatable, makes it more Australian. Like it's a very Australian thing to do.
Yeah, it was very funny.
I'm glad Bronson won. Like at the end of the day, that's what needed to be done.
I think that's what we predicted as well. So it was a pretty decent prediction too.
Not that you guys are into the old wagering, but the person I was with when I was there was wagering on the WWE, and it was interesting. The odds were like shifting in the 5 minutes before the match. Like Roman became the heavy favorite, like out of nowhere. So I was like, I thought something had happened or something had got out. So I'm glad Bronson Reed won.
Yeah, well, we should also probably talk about the Usos and the Bron. Bron Breakker coming, not the Bronze, but Bron Breakker coming out as well. That was also a very good moment for the crowd, obviously. So he determined the match as well.
Can we admit that Usos are stale?
Yeah,
I think that's a fair assessment.
Like I love Jimmy. I think everyone knows I have my fair share of grief with Jey Uso, but Jimmy does a lot of good work. But I'm just so tired of the same old with them too.
They just need to strap the biggest rocket onto Jimmy's ass and let him go.
Yeah,
just
literally.
Like they did with Jey.
Let that shit fly, bro. Like
this
let that bang go.
This story does have a few possibilities.
Does it?
That they can go down as well. But like going back to what you said about, you know, this does tie into Jimmy Uso a bit and Bronson representing Australia in terms of like, yes, the crowd got behind Roman, but as soon as Bronson had a match with Jimmy on Raw, that's when the crowd got behind Bronson because everyone's just sick and tired of the Usos. But yeah, as you said, huge win for Bronson Reed.
Yeah, that was actually probably the biggest win in his career, like by far.
100%. So it does put him and even Australia on the map a little bit as well, which is, as an Australian, is good to see as well. But yeah, Jay spearing Roman as well. I mean, predictable, but
it's something.
Good to see nonetheless.
Good to see in person too. It was great.
Yeah.
And then WWE tried to get a few extra bucks by selling the half-broken table for $2,500.
Did they
at the
really?
Superstore. Yeah, and it was like a Bronson Reed signed garbage bin as well.
Oh, I didn't say that.
Yeah, I bought both of them, bro.
The next one we're going to get into is Tiffany Stratton versus Stephanie Vaquer, in which Stephanie was victorious and claimed the Women's Crown Jewel Championship. A short match, but a good one nonetheless.
Yeah, I think it was the least hyped one out of all of them, like crowd-wise as well. The crowd were good for this match, but they weren't like, as good as like Roman or anything like that. So
it was probably the only option. Stephanie Vaquer probably had to win. It's hard to start a new title reign with a loss when Tiffany Stratton's defended the title 6-7 times and is just like a perennial winner at this point. Yeah. So having Stephanie Vaquer not kind of forfeit her reign before it even began was it was the only right option in my opinion.
Yeah. And even though they're two wrestlers that are different, they did actually complement each other pretty well.
I agree.
Like, from what I could see in the match as well. But Stephanie, she's won 4 titles this year alone.
I think she's the first ever, women's wrestler to do that.
I think we might have talked about it last week, but where does she rank in terms of women's wrestlers this year? Because I think I said last week, Becky Lynch was at the top of my list, but Stephanie Vaquer might have just surpassed it.
Nah, she ranks 3 for me.
She's got to be top 3 easy, though.
Easy
peasy.
She's 3rd, Tiffany 2nd, Becky 1st.
Sure.
That's true.
That's my take.
I guess that's right, because Stephanie did have the cash in, and she has obviously, defended the championship how many times? Like 6 or 7 times, maybe more.
6 or 7 times.
Oh my God, you guys.
Getting back to the match, though, I will say, I think one thing that maybe sort of, obviously I'm not a wrestler, I don't mean to criticize the match, obviously, but seeing it in person, like, I feel like they got really gassed, like, very quickly, like, especially Tiffany. Like, I feel like that's something you see a lot with Tiffany for some reason. She's very gassed, like, very tired, I feel, like around, like, maybe midway
She's all
through.
gas, no breaks, bro.
Yeah, all gas, no breaks, but she looked, like, very tired, like, she was doing her moves, like, very sort of slowly, and then the end of the match sort of just seemed to...
have it again.
The poster. The end of the match sort of just seemed to roll around. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like a big sort of build up, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't really know what was happening.
To be fair, though, that's kind of an ongoing theme this year with Tiffany. Like,
I feel like it happened versus Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania as well.
It did. Well, might have.
There were accusations of sandbagging there more than Tiffany's.
But remember her match at SummerSlam with Jade Cargill? That was short too, if I can remember. That was like 8 minutes long.
Is this a theme? Actually,
yeah. I have a feeling it's an ongoing theme with
Berg.
Tiffany Stratton. Like, the short matches, like even on SmackDown, like some of the title defenses as well. Like, I mean,
it's Tiffy time and it's short and sharp.
Exactly. Actually. She hasn't actually put together like a solid 20, 25 minute, maybe 30 minute like title defense as of yet. Like even her match with Nia Jax at Night of Champions when she defended the title, even though it was a last woman standing match, I felt like that was kind of short as well, if I can remember.
Maybe you're onto something there, Phrase.
Yeah,
maybe I am.
I have a feeling.
What can I say? I study ladies very well.
It's something to keep an eye on moving forward, Tiffany Stratton, especially when she's defending the title and forever how long that she holds it. She's held it for 283 days or 84 days at the moment. So it's something to keep an eye on with Tiffany. The more she defends the title, how long can she actually go?
About time she loses it, to be honest.
Yeah, she maybe a longer formatted match. She might actually cost her the title in the end, but we will see. But Io Sky and Rhea Ripley against the Kabuki Warriors. The buzz when Rhea entered the arena,
it was crazy.
Was next level. Like, people talk about John Cena and Roman Reigns' entrance. This one was up there as well.
Hometown hero, so you can't, or home country, should I say? But I mean, it was to be expected with what's her name, Rhea Ripley. With US guys, entrance was actually really cool as well. obviously, I don't think the Kabuki Warriors got that much of a pop though. I actually filmed the entrance, but I was like, I asked you, I said, "Are you filming?" You're like, "No, mate, I don't really care."
I'm not filming. I wasn't gonna film the Kabuki Warriors. I wasn't gonna make. I wasn't going to waste storage on my phone.
Precious megabytes, mate.
Yeah, filming the Kabuki Warriors. I wasn't gonna do that, especially because of some of the chants that Oscar was receiving, as we spoke about before.
That was more on the post show, though. That was more the post show, not really at the event. But
it was. But it was. But I mean, let's talk about you.
Yeah, mate.
Jasper.
Let's talk about you, pal.
After me, pal.
Even though the Kabuki Warriors lost, do you think they still should have won, or did they get their point across on the Raw after when they attacked Rhea Ripley and she had to get carried out?
They absolutely should have won. Absolutely. I will stand by this to the grave.
Wrong.
They should have won. If you wanted the story to continue, like, what do you mean? Like, for me, it doesn't make much sense to lose a tag team match and then the night after get a singles match against Rhea Ripley. Like,
they did.
That suggests that the story's moving on.
Yeah, and at the end of Raw, they got ahead of Rhea. Like, they smashed her on the table and everything.
But why should... Like, yeah, I understand that. But I'm saying, like, what after a tag team loss, the chronological way forward is Io and Rhea back to the main event scene. And then they get dragged down by this again, who they're obviously better than because they just beat them in the tag match. If you wanted this story to build forward, because Oscar and Kairi Sane are not going to get legitimate singles shot, like wins over Rhea or Io, they have to win this tag team match to bring it forward, to allow the story to move forward, that it's even and competitive.
The women's War Games match, in my opinion, is still like in the air. Like, I still don't know what they're gonna do.
Well, same as the men's. Like, the War Games as a whole is so translucent right now. Like,
for me personally, as a fan, I love War Games, and obviously we knew last year with the men's where it was going. Sorry, we knew where it was going last year. Bloodline versus Bloodline. This year, I have no clue. And for someone who loves War Games, I kind of want to know, and I want to know now.
Well, no one really had any clue last year with the women's one as well. It was kind of just like the perennial baby faces versus the perennial heels.
Let's be honest.
And the perennial winners.
Yeah, and the perennial winners, mate.
Let's be honest. The War Games women's match last year was basically Rhea versus Liv. That was just another way for them to tell that story. Like, because obviously Rhea got the pin on Liv. So maybe they do it again, but maybe it's like...
Can you believe Candice LeRae was in that match?
I know.
She turned 40 the other day as well.
To be fair, Weapon.
Nice.
Yeah, I know. What
She's
a silver
underrated.
fox.
She's Weapon. Underrated.
Yeah.
Actually, before... This is so random, but... Before Crown Jewel, I watched the Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole match, where at NXT TakeOver in Brooklyn. Anyway, amazing. Off topic, but Candice LeRae was in that. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Good, Jasper. But yeah, obviously, you were wrong with your prediction. So
I was right in my mind because
so now
they
you
came
have to
back.
wear the Penta mask.
No, that is
we
not
should
what
have done
said,
that.
bro.
No, we should have. We should have done it, and we forgot. We forgot.
But
no, they didn't sell Penta masks. They saw Ray Phoenix.
Phoenix masks.
I would have wore a Ray Phoenix mask. But anyway,
we should have said that last week.
The fact that they did it on Raw, it just makes my point for me. You guys will disagree, but it makes my point for me that they had to give the Kabuki Warriors a 1-up. But they're not 1-up. It's tied. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's dumb. It's dumb, and this is shit booking.
Yeah.
But
in your opinion,
I
accept.
Keep your opinion to yourself.
Well, we'll move on because this moment was unbelievable, and being there for this moment was great as well because the MFTs confronted the Wyatt Sicks. First of all, they confronted Sami Zayn and Shinshuke Nakamura, but this was insane. Like, go check this out.
Presentation-wise, yeah.
Go check this out on Heel Turn's YouTube as well. It's got like 14K views. Just saying.
Well, yeah, I remember.
likes.
I remember when Tama Tonga came out from underneath the ring. Well, first of all, they came out twice. We called it both times because the ring crew was coming through, right?
Yeah.
And there were all these people with hoods on. I was like, mate, someone's going to sneak under the ring. I'm telling you that right now. And then when Tama Tonga came out, it was the first one on camera, and I saw him. I was like, bro, who the hell is that?
I had no idea
who
it was Tama Tonga. Because from where we were sitting, so obviously you had a good view, like at home watching, but when we were there, we actually
facing the ramp.
We couldn't see the face paint. We were facing the ramp, so we didn't actually see the face paint.
I looked up at the thing up there, the Tron, whatever it was, and I saw it, and I was like, bro, who the hell is that? I had no idea who it was. It was crazy. But then, obviously, Tama Tonga's come back. I was surprised that they just put him back in this faction, just made him a heel. Like, people were speculating that they were going to make him a babyface.
Yeah, because he was hanging around with Jacob Fatu during that whole tension a little bit between Solo and Jacob, wasn't he? Yeah.
But the best part of this entire segment was seeing the infamous Tonga Loa in real life. Like, that was the most crazy part of all. Seeing, that is like my Roman Reigns moment right there, seeing him in real life.
And B-Fab as well.
And B-Fab. That was actually my loudest pop of the entire weekend, was seeing B-Fab. It was nuts.
This photo right here, both of these factions look like $1 million.
Yeah.
Like, this is... I honestly want it to be the War Games match. I don't think that's the best way forward, personally, but I want it to be the War Games match because I want to see this unfold.
Maybe they do some sort of gauntlet elimination style match.
Traditional Survivor Series 5 versus 5.
Maybe, honestly. Here's a question: could they do a double men's War Games this year?
It would be incredibly criticised, but they could.
Maybe.
I wouldn't be against it.
I would be, personally, but...
Maybe I'm just trying to create some content for you guys.
Maybe, but the thing with this is, one, it's... You look at it and you go, who would actually win this feud? Because the Wyatt Sicks need it, and the MFTs need it. And that's ultimately what would create a good rivalry, because we don't know who's going to win.
If I have to say, I'm sure we'll dive deep into it as this story progresses, but if you have to think about it right now, you'd probably say the MFTs because of this new look and because of this return.
I would agree, because the MFTs look crazy now with the
guerrilla style warfare paint looks incredible.
Oh, unbelievable!
Looks amazing.
It's a great presentation.
And would they could feud over the tag titles?
Well, that's what I was going to say. Which of the MFTs do you think are tag title bound?
Well, the obvious one to think of is probably Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa, but then again, Tala Tonga hasn't really had an opportunity. So, yeah. Tala Tonga, these Tongans, man. Tala Tonga hasn't actually had an opportunity yet, nor has JC Mateo. So, I could see
those two, if those two got into a ring, I couldn't possibly see them losing to anyone in that tag team division.
I agree. But this also allows for people like Uncle Howdy and Eric Rowan to finally get involved from the Wyatt Sicks side of it. How
good would an Uncle Howdy solo Sokoa match be? Like a build-up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Because we haven't... When was the last time we saw Uncle Howdy wrestle in the ring?
Well, is Solo the betrayer?
Late last year or something?
Solo betrayed the bloodline, right?
Yeah.
There's your Uncle Howdy story. It writes itself.
Uncle Howdy betrays the Wyatt Sicks.
No. As in, Solo... You know how when he came back, he targeted sinners?
Yeah.
Solo's the perennial sinner.
Perennial sinner, yeah.
Literally, that story writes itself. It's you're the one that left your family behind, and now you're bringing these new guys, and you think you're a family.
Yeah, that's actually... Damn, bro. Get in the writing room. Holy moly.
Yeah, bro.
They have the ability...
Triple H? Hey, man.
You're getting a call. I'm actually getting a call from Stamford, Connecticut. Again. 2 weeks in a row.
They have the ability to cook really hard with this story. It can get scary, it can get messy, it can get personal as well, because it's basically family versus family if you want to go down that line. But this new look for the MFTs gives it a bit more spice, gives it a bit more spice to SmackDown as a whole. I thought SmackDown this week was really good for the first time in a while, might I add, because it was actually kind of a bit lackluster. I saw this statistic that when Roman Reigns was champion on SmackDown, viewership was 3 million or whatever, and now that Cody is, it's down to 1 million or something like that. Not saying that, putting the belt on Roman, whilst it would be good, would boost it, but hopefully something like this can actually gain people's interest a little bit.
I think the booking back then was also just a hell of a lot better too.
Oh yeah, of course.
I can't wait to see BFAB join the MFTs to take on Nikki Cross.
Well,
yeah, same.
The numbers, the numbers right now actually don't line up. If you want to look at from the men's side, you've got 4 people on the Wyatt Sicks, and then you've also got, but then you've got 5 on the MFTs. So,
well, I've seen people speculate for if there's like ever going to be like a female.
Oh yeah.
You know, person on the MFT would be Nia Jax, which actually would make sense because obviously she's Samoan and all that, and she's not really doing anything at the moment.
They'd be a big unit, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
They'd be a massive unit. Massive.
Can I ask a question? Could Braun Strowman make a return to WWE?
No, I don't think so.
I'd love it, but no.
Yeah.
Alexa Bliss, it's time.
Maybe,
bring her home.
Maybe come back to the Wyatt Sicks. Just quickly before we move on, the Street Profits and the Wyatt Sicks, that tag team match also cooked. Like, surprisingly, like I actually really enjoyed watching a bit of tag team wrestling, like this week as well.
Bit of tag team
like
wrestling.
Montez Ford was very good with the crowd, though.
My favorite spot was when Enzo Dawkins was holding both Loomis and Gacy up on his shoulders, and then Montez came through. Like, oh my gosh, that's what was unbelievable. Like, you can actually see Angelo Dawkins is actually like so talented for his size. Like, watching him live was unbelievable.
It's just that he can't do it in a singles match.
Yeah, but the Street Profits didn't break up. We thought they would, but they haven't.
It's probably for the better for Angelo Dawkins, I reckon, if he wants to keep his contract.
Yeah, that's true, actually. But I'm incredibly looking forward to what they cook with this rivalry between the MFTs and the Wyatt Sicks. But we'll move on to Aleister Black and Damo.
That was great.
In a last man standing
match.
Both
entrances were so good. Like, I actually really liked Aleister Black's entrance, though. Like, his theme music is, like, goated. Like, the whole presentation without the mask and all that was crazy. Damo's entrance was great as well, obviously, because just Damo's Damo. Good to see Damo again as well.
Big Damo.
It was nuts. Yeah.
What did you think? Like, being there, like, what did you think of the match itself?
I think the match was great. I actually didn't. I know it sounds so stupid, but I actually didn't see Aleister Black pull that fiery stuff into Damo's. I didn't actually see it. When people were like screaming and stuff, I thought like Aleister Black just poked him in the eye or something. Like, that's honestly what I thought happened. Yeah. And then when I watched it back, I was like, oh shit, I didn't even see that. It was nuts.
But this was a sort of match that like why can't it be on a PLE? Like I get this feud was very like ongoing, and sure, people can say what you want about it because they sort of dragged it on for a bit. But a match like that would have been good at Crown Jewel, like in my opinion. Like, they could have added a 6-match to it, and this one would have been good.
The finish was a bit predictable though. Once they got up to those things and you saw the tables on the ground with like all that like random crap on it, you're like, oh yeah, like someone was going through there.
But you saw that. I didn't see it.
Oh
yeah, we couldn't see the table.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, we saw it and we were like, yeah, someone's definitely going through.
But
there.
I thoroughly enjoyed this match, and let's talk about Zelina Vega. She turns heel.
Let's talk about Zelina Vega. What do you want to talk about?
She turns heel with Aleister Black, which in the end, I think long term is a great move, because I'm pretty sure we don't know, or we didn't know what was going to happen with Zelina Vega. She's lost the US Championship, so was sort of going after Julia, and now she was off TV for a little bit, but she's back. She's with Aleister Black for this storyline, and I'm very pleased.
Yeah, I want Zelina Vega to get some new theme music, some new like punky rock theme music, and her to use the same platform that Aleister does. Like, come up like this. That would be great.
Yeah, it would.
Zelina Black. Zelina Black.
Stephen's Connecticut.
Oh, yeah, Stephen, Connecticut. Yo, what's up, Trip? Yo.
Trip.
Yeah.
What did you think about Zelina turning heel?
I think a lot of people are out there saying that Aleister Black needed it. I want to preface this. Aleister Black does not need Zelina Vega. I reckon this partnership, obviously they're married or dating, but I think they enhance each other. But by no means did either one need the other. I want to preface that from the start. But Aleister Black does not need Zelina Vega to talk for him, but a bit of conjunction of Aleister Black speaking as well as Zelina Vega speaking for him will add a nice touch to a main event storyline.
Yeah, I agree. No, I agree with that. But what's next for Damo as well? Could he dethrone Sami Zayn?
I wouldn't mind it.
Maybe not dethrone.
Because I feel like it's the only avenue at the moment for Damian Priest. Like maybe sure, give him a little bit of time off TV after this feud, but he's had feuds with Drew McIntyre this year, and he's had a feud with Aleister Black now. Does he step into another feud, or does he try and go after a title like the US title?
If he had won a feud, then maybe, but he didn't. Well, actually, no.
He did sort of win the Drew one.
Yeah, but lost momentum here.
Yeah, lost at WrestleMania. So, yeah, but I think in terms for Aleister Black, let him go after Cody Rhodes. This is the time.
I said let him be. Time to let him hold the title.
Yeah.
I say if we want to bring back this aura around the title that it can be won and dropped at any stage, put the belt on Aleister Black.
Yep.
I think Aleister probably needs a bit more than Damo as well. He needs something to sort of define his comeback as well.
Yeah.
Because Damo's already been a 2-time US champion, so
that's true.
See it on someone else.
Yeah. And Aleister Black doesn't have a hairy chest, so
very inked up chest, but
Yeah.
Hold on, wait. We need to zoom in.
No.
Enhance on that chest. I think that's a bit of a hairy chest there, pal. But either way. No,
either way.
You can't tell. That's what matters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Shinsuke Nakamura answers Sami Zayn's United States Championship
that one shocked me.
Call. It did shock me, but
got his old theme back as well.
A brilliant crowd moment, like singing a song.
Yeah.
That was cool. Like that was also a cool entrance, might I add. But babyface Shinsuke, I think it is.
It is babyface Shinsuke.
But should it have been Grayson Waller?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it should have been just for the Australian crowd, I reckon. But we got him on the main event, so can't complain.
I guess in the end it does make sense just because the MFTs did come out and attack Sami Zayn. Like, I guess why does it make sense for, I guess, the MFTs to attack Grayson Waller when Grayson Waller's with the New Day?
And the New Day would have to come out and fair.
Exactly.
I agree.
So
I agree.
I get that side of it. But Grayson Waller, the Australian, you had Rhea Ripley and Bronson Reed, having their moments. Like, and even Zarya.
I feel like they just bring in Grayson Waller because he's that sort of Australiana type of guy. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like out of acting Australian, out of everyone, Grayson Waller does it the best. Just out of his mannerisms and how he acts, he does the shoey and all that.
Yeah, because when he came out in the main event, we were both shocked, weren't we?
We were.
But we still thought that there could be a chance he could wrestle again and be Sami Zayn's opponent. But they went with Shinsuke, and I guess it sort of made sense because we have seen Shinsuke in the background of Sami Zayn's promos backstage, lurking around, sort of hinting that he was a heel, but he's actually come back as a babyface, which is a bit of an interesting one. Something that pretty sure no one expected with Shinsuke coming out and challenging Sami Zayn, but depends where Sami Zayn goes from here and when he loses the title. Because I said it a while ago, the episode before SummerSlam, and I'm still saying it now. I do think Sami Zayn is going to win the Royal Rumble next year at this point in time. Maybe you guys argue against because he's got a hairy chest, but at the same time,
it's a fair argument.
Yeah,
I still think Sami will win the Rumble, not as the US champ, which means someone will have to dethrone him. But he's had matches with John Cena, Javon Evans, Aleister Black, Carmelo Hayes, Ray Phoenix. He's had some pretty good opponents.
The Open Challenge is probably the best thing for this title, I think.
100%.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And we saw LA Knight doing it a little bit, but not to the level of extent that Sami Zayn's been doing it. He's been doing it every week. He's backing it up. I guess our interpretation of Sami Zayn has changed a little bit.
No, I'd be willing to say that. He's not as boring. Well, actually, pause. He is incredibly boring still, in the sense that I don't like seeing him win. But the US Open title challenge is a way to make his segments entertaining.
Yes, and especially if he's on this quest to become a world champion, I guess, stacking up the wins every week does help to a certain extent. So I'd be willing to let Sami Zayn hold the title at least until the end of the year, and then come January, get it off him, and then 2026 can be the year Sami Zayn either wins the world title or has a bit more success in that main event scene, winning the Rumble, being part of the Elimination Chamber match, being a part of the Money in the Bank match, get him involved in those sort of matches, having those opportunities. A bit like LA Knight, what they're doing with LA Knight as well. Obviously, he hasn't had the success yet, but if we can get Sami Zayn into those sort of matches, be a little bit less boring with his character, I feel like WWE are creating a good path for Sami Zayn at the moment. So
couldn't think of anything worse than Sami Zayn winning the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a good booking decision.
It would, but that is my
That is your opinion. And
thing is, there's not a lot they can actually do with Sami Zayn, because you can't even turn him it's like a serious heel. Look at that smile, bro.
Yeah.
Look at how wholesome he looks. Look at that hairy ass chest.
Look at that hairy ass beard, man.
Yeah, I know. But I don't think you can really make him a serious heel. I don't even know if they've ever even done that before with him. They made him a heel, but with the bloodline, but it was more of a joking around sort of thing.
Heel.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get that. Well, a match that is taking place next week on SmackDown is Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre. Oh, that's a hairy chest. Jacob Fatu is not.
But that's a champion, man. That is a champion.
It is. Someone who deserves a championship. What are our overall thoughts on this?
Should have been
Drew McIntyre.
Should have been on SmackDown when we were there.
Yeah, I was hoping that they'd announce
I know,
it.
and Nick, I was like, it's going to happen next week.
That's been such a theme this year, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But who's the winner of this feud?
Drew, please.
It's too close to call, I think. I like both of them.
I don't.
That's the thing.
I don't know if they put an end to this after next week. I don't think they do.
I wouldn't mind it if Drew won. I think Drew needs to get a couple W's, but
if Drew did win, it could suggest that it's over. But I feel like if Jacob wins, Drew's gonna, unleash his rageful.
He's tried to unleash his wrath for 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah, I know.
6, 7.
For 7 years.
We said it. I said it, didn't I? Being there when Jacob had that backstage promo with Cody and then with Nick Aldis. I'm like, oh, where's Drew? Is Drew coming?
Yeah, that's what you said. You're
yeah.
Oh no, where Drew is.
Where's Drew? And then Drew comes in. But there's not a lot to talk about with this one, other than I guess this does create a good matchup. I think two big-bodied, main event
big
stars,
oily men. Yeah,
main event stars that potentially could be going after Cody's championship next. I don't know, maybe Aleister Black could, but I feel like these two are probably the front runner. Good way to get Jacob out of the whole Solo Sikoa story and into the main event scene, which is good. Good to have him against a quality opponent like Drew McIntyre. But as you said, I'm hopeful that Drew can actually have some success and get the title.
Drew's out of this by far.
Yeah, WWE have screwed me.
Yeah,
over and over. But yeah,
they probably weren't even backstage in Perth though. They probably filmed all those backstage segments in the US, and then they just sort of carried them.
You reckon?
100%.
Yeah.
Why would they fly out Sol Ruka, Zarya? Is that how you say it? Zarya.
Nah, actually, Jacob and Drew's was in Perth because they had the photo ops. Remember that?
Oh yeah, true. That was probably there.
The Sol Ruka and Zarya one wasn't because they were on NXT today.
Yeah. No, that's.
Oh, and they also had Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair too. So I doubt they would have flown all four of them over.
Just for that. Whereas Maxine Dupree, on the other hand, just flew over just to do that little yesterday.
She was at on main event as well.
Oh, okay, that's true.
Yeah. What about the Chelsea Green one and the Chelsea Green and Stephanie Vaquer? Do you reckon that one was in Perth?
No, it was. Remember Chelsea came
Chelsea
and
Green was there.
She went on the boat and went scuba diving and stuff. So
yeah. On the boat.
Yeah. All right.
Yes.
Dominik Mysterio and Rusev, which is next week. Penta also being added into the mix here. Penta and Dom had a match yesterday on Raw as well, which actually was a pretty good match, I'd say. But Dominik Mysterio using the hammer to get the better of Penta, always finding a way, Dom, isn't he?
I don't care. I like Dom. I enjoy Dom. I love Dom. He's great.
Yeah. I've said a lot this year that...
See, you know who I see in Dom Mysterio? I don't know if you guys see it. I see Eddie Guerrero and Dom Mysterio.
Do you really?
I do. Yeah, I do. I see it in the face, personally.
Yeah. But I've said... I've... Oh my gosh, bro. I've said a lot this year that they're keeping the title on Dom for Finn Balor, but we didn't see the Judgment Day yesterday on Raw in Australia. So, are we still getting this Dominik Mysterio and potential Finn Balor feud in the future for the Intercontinental Championship?
I think the fact that we didn't see any Judgment Day member on the outside of the ring does say enough for that storyline.
Because Dom actually now can't rely on people to get him the win. He has to rely on shenanigans and sneakily finding a way, which is what I think will happen with Rusev next week. Obviously, Rusev is this big,
hairy-chested, burly Bulgarian boy.
Bulgarian that gets angry all the time.
Happy Rusev Day.
Yeah, look at that face, dude. He's like,
bring back Rusev Day.
Yeah, bring back Aiden English.
You see a segment with Kathy Kelly, and then like on Raw,
where
he's just
like yelling,
oh yeah,
like that. Mate, I've seen so many memes made about that with Rusev. But I expect Dom to, pull off another win next week. It's sort of expected. Like, I mean, him also holding the AAA Mega Campeon as well. Penta also getting a shot at the IC title too. So, what are you watching?
Oh, Penta unmasked.
I was just interested.
Oh.
Do you ever look into Penta's eyes and
get lost in them?
No. Just it doesn't quite strike me as what he would look like.
Would he be a good Intercontinental Champion
if he was unmasked potentially?
I've seen Rey Mysterio masked recently. Unmasked.
Yeah.
Recently.
What about Dom Mysterio unmasking Penta?
Oh, that would be an interesting storyline.
I'd be willing to go there.
Same.
I'd be willing to go there.
But in the end,
if Dom Mysterio unmasks Penta, I will mask myself as Penta on the podcast.
Sure.
You're calling it now. If Dominik Mysterio unmasks Penta, you'll buy and wear a Penta mask.
I'll buy it.
Will you buy a Penta mask of WWE shop for like $50 billion?
I don't know if we can buy it.
What are you going to wear, mate?
There is no we.
I'll make a Penta mask for it.
Okay. You make a Penta mask.
Nah, I'll buy it. Or something. We'll do something.
All right.
Well, our final segment for today is...
Fraser's 5. Sorry. I said 5 in German, man. I'm being multicultural. I'm being a little multicultural, man.
Tell us your Fraser's 5.
My Fraser's 5 is top 5 international WWE pay-per-views, if you can believe it or not.
Okay.
Ever?
I don't know. Just ones that I came up with off the top of my noggin, I guess. All right, so number 5, this one might be a bit biased, but I got Elimination Chamber, Australia.
Ill.
Because, well, what do you mean ill? What do you think about the matches, bro? Drew McIntyre winning the Chamber, Becky winning the Chamber.
Even the Grayson Waller effect was pretty
Grayson Waller effect with Cody and Seth as well. Main event, Rhea Ripley versus Nia. It was great. And then we had the greatest match of all time, New Catch Republic versus Judgment Day. That was great. With the old theme song too, so I can't complain with that. Number 4, I put Crown Jewel.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I know we don't really have to explain this. I mean, like...
Crown Jewel.
We just talked about it for the entire episode. We already know why it's so
I agree.
Good.
It was more like you had to be there to experience it. Sorry.
You had to be there.
Sorry.
You had to be there. I get it.
Yeah.
I'll log off.
Number 3, this one might be a bit unexpected. I put Bash in Berlin.
Last year?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, there's only been one Bash in Berlin, hasn't there?
In Berlin, yeah.
I didn't really like Bash in Berlin last year.
All right, bro. Right.
Sorry. It's Fraser's 5. It's Fraser's 5. I'm sorry.
It's not Liam's list, mate. It's Fraser's 5.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Good matches, mate. Good fans. First PLE in Germany was pretty decent. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Yep. Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes, Gunther and Randy Orton. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Number 2, I put Clash in the Castle last year in Scotland.
Scotland.
I quit match. Cody Rhodes, AJ, the whole 9 yards, mate.
I got up at 3 a.m. to watch that.
I didn't.
Damian Priest, leg-footed, stuck in the rope.
Versus Drew.
Yeah,
yes,
CM Punk, guest referee, last minute.
Yeah, it was great. And then number 1, numero uno, I put Backlash in France, obviously, for the crowd.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
Cody Rhodes versus AJ, the whole 9.
That's fair enough.
That was great.
Yep, I agree with that.
Fair enough.
Well, we're going to wrap it up on Heel Turn today, episode number 27. Thank you so much for joining us. Sorry if my voice wasn't as good today, but thank you boys for picking up the slack and helping me through the hosting.
That's not what he said when the cameras are off, guys. You know.
Cut the cameras.
Yeah, the hosting.
Cut the cameras and you'll hear him say, "You gotta help me out."
I know.
Yeah, well, thanks so much for all the support. We should mention, by the way, that
we've gained like 100 subscribers since Crown Jewel.
Yeah, we started last Thursday at about 170 odd subscribers, and now we're at almost 250. So we've gained about 80 subscribers in the past 5 days, and it's all thanks to you guys. Thank you so much for your support, and thank you so much for watching or listening to this podcast, wherever you might be. Join us for episode 28 next week. We will have a look more into Saturday night's main event coming up as well. Maybe look into Survivor Series and the uncertainty around that coming up at the moment. But thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, follow us on our socials. They'll be in the description below. And we'll see you all next week. Oh!